Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alicia, otherwise known as Glitterhead, or you could call me Princess Glitterhead if you want to make my day. It has been 6 weeks since my E-Day. May 13th I had full mouth extractions done, basically just whatever teeth were left. So for me that was 13 teeth. I had like 7 on the top and 6 on the bottom. And in the same surgery I had 10 mini dental implants placed, 6 on top, 4 on the bottom. And then the snap-in dentures, horseshoe shaped, they snap in top and bottom. So today's video, I'm going to try to do a most frequently asked questions type of video and try to give you my best thoughts on those questions and try to answer them the best I can. So I'm 6 weeks out now. I do have videos that I did before, during, and immediately after my surgery. If you're interested in my emotions and how the process went and my perception of it at the time, because I do think it makes a difference as you're healing. Now being 6 weeks out, my how does it feel answer is going to be different than what it was then. So I'm going to try to just tell you how it feels now. It's been 6 weeks, or about a month and a half. I have zero pain, no pain whatsoever. I haven't had any pain in weeks. And if someone says how it feels, my answer would be it feels amazing. I don't feel like I have dentures, and I don't feel like I'm missing all my teeth, which is pretty freaking amazing. I feel like I have a fully functional set of cosmetically pleasing teeth. Mine are going to be remade due to issues with the fit. They're very significant issues, so the dentist acknowledges that, and they are going to remake them. I think part of that was because these are immediate. The way my dentist does it, there is no temporaries given. Like from the time of my consultation to the day my surgery was, it was only 3 or 4 weeks. So he did impressions on consultation day, and then I came to surgery a month later at most, and I got my teeth. And there was some obvious issues with them. So dealing with all that is another whole can of worms, because, you know, nobody really expects to go into this and not get the result you're thinking, I guess. Especially because not everybody is good about researching prior. Not everybody's in all the groups prior. Not everyone really even knows what to ask. Not everyone, like me, for example. I've had a lot of dental work done, honestly, and I think it's just you feel so ashamed of it for a while. I didn't know there was such a nice community, especially on Facebook, even on YouTube, but I really didn't know that there was such a great community of people that can embrace you and support you and educate you. I don't know everything. I'm still learning, and it is hard to really stay on top of everything, knowledge-wise, just in the chaos of life or whatever. So anyway, this is supposed to be frequently asked questions. So what I get the most, people ask, how does it feel? Feels amazing. I don't feel like I'm missing my teeth. I feel like these are my teeth. And eating, well, people ask how does it feel to eat, and I would say it depends what you're eating, but at 6 weeks I still can't really use my front and bottom front teeth to bite into something, say corn on the cob, anything that's involving a strong bite down. It does send some pain in my lower implant. So, but day-to-day life, just normal, talking and blah blah blah, I'm not in any pain. I don't have pain, I don't have any soreness. But if I bite down on something too hard with my front teeth, I will feel some pain in one of my implants still. So a lot of it is about the angle. If I'm trying to bite something, I'll use the side to tear it more than the actual front of the teeth, and I'll just have to wait and see if that gets any better. But as far as how they feel normal. The only thing in my case is the lowers do lift up in the backs, and they're loose enough to where I can pop them up with my tongue, and I wasn't able to do that before. I'll show you. So I can pop the backs up with my tongue. I can't pop the front out with my tongue. These are still really tight in the front, which they've been tight since the beginning. So what that means then is when I'm eating, if I'm not careful, sometimes a piece of food will get under there and lift one side up, and if the food is sharp, say it's a piece of a pretzel, because I'm obsessed with these certain kind of pretzels, caramel sea salt pretzels. I would show you, but I can't find the bag of them. Anyways, if I'm eating like a pretzel or something hard and my lower denture lifts up and that food gets under there, it can jam into the gums that are still healing. They're not in pain, but you know, they're still healing underneath the teeth, and they can jam into an implant. And then when you go to bite down, if you don't realize that food got under there, you're like shutting down, pushing down on that hard piece of food underneath, and that can really hurt. So that can be uncomfortable. But the upper ones don't move at all. Like, there's no movement. I cannot pop them out at all. They're super tight, which is really good. In the beginning, I was complaining that they were tight and that I couldn't get them out, and it was freaking me out because I literally wasn't able to remove these off the snaps until like day 12, and that was because I went to my dentist and he was able to do it, and it was still really painful. But I don't know why it took me this long to realize this, but when you first have your teeth pulled and the implants placed, you're going to swell up. So all your gum tissue that swells up on the implants is going to make them tighter and harder to get out. And of course you want them to be in there tight because you don't want them to be lifting up like this when you're eating. And mine will be, it's something that they can fix with a reline, and I'm getting new ones made, so I'm not too worried about it. I don't go back until mid-July, and it's not a significant issue. Like, I don't feel like I have to call the office and go get seen and try to have it fixed anytime before my appointment. For the most part, food doesn't get under there and hurt, but sometimes, like, it can. It just depends. And having the snap-ins now, I can see with the lower especially, I can see how it would be that difficult. It would be even more difficult if they were not on implants. Because they're on implants, they're very stable. They do lift up a little, but for the most part, they don't move around. Like when I'm talking, running around, although, and there's a funny story, but we're all adults here. But if you like to party a lot, like with your spouse or whatever, I did have an incident where my lower almost popped out. I can't complain. They didn't actually pop out. They stayed in, but man, that was funny. You wouldn't expect that to happen with dentures that are actually secured with implants, but if they get loose, they could. And my dentist had told me that you need to replace your O-rings once a year. It's about $100. And the O-rings are the little things on the underside of these teeth. That's where the implants snap into and stay hooked, so they can get loose over time. And they do usually get loose. So I'm not sure if my lowers like are loose because of the O-rings, that's why they're lifting up, or if they're loose because of the gums now toning down and they're not swollen. So they're healing, which is great. My gums feel amazing. I haven't had any issues. I did have stitches in the bottom, and I had a very long stitch like in there for a while, but it either dissolved or fell out. Now it's totally fine. So the implants themselves, people ask, how do the implants feel? So at the time of surgery, I was really nervous that they were going to hurt because they're drilling them into your jawbone, and I was worried that I would feel that the most, and then that would be the most painful thing. That wasn't the most painful thing. The most painful thing was getting my Novocaine shots, and you definitely want all the Novocaine they're going to give you because, you know, they're pulling all the teeth from wherever in your mouth and then putting the implants in, and that was the most painful part. The implants going in themselves, I didn't even feel it. And when I was leaving the office, the only thing that I really was preoccupied with was that I couldn't shut my jaw all the way, and I didn't like that. And it took a while for them to be able to shave things down enough so I can be content until they either do a reline or when I get my new ones. Like, I'm happy enough now, even though they're not exactly what I want. And the lowers, I still feel like are a little either too big or whatever, but that has nothing to do with this video. So commonly asked questions, a lot of people have said, why did you do that? Your teeth looked fine before. And you could watch my earlier videos and my before videos where I show my teeth in the situation, but there's only so much you can do if you've had all your teeth root canaled and crowned. Like, all my top teeth had already been root canaled and crowned and bridged, and there was decay above one 3-piece bridge, which would have required me removing the whole 3-piece bridge, which would have left me with the like 4 teeth over here missing anyway. Plus I had a partial to fill in the gaps. I'll be right there. Okay. So I would have been missing a significant amount of teeth had I opted to remove the bridge and then try to, you know, go through the process of getting a new partial, because I mean, it's expensive either way you look at it. If you want to get crowns and bridges and all that, that's expensive. I could have chosen to get individual implants with each tooth, but then they wouldn't match the teeth I had left. So for me, it's been, you know, it was like 8 years ago that I invested in my top teeth and my smile, and I was okay with that for a long time. And, you know, it was just time for me to just do it all at once and get I was having like swelling, getting infections. I was in a lot of pain. It was hard to eat because I had no molars. I was very self-conscious, and I felt like everybody else noticed, and it just affected the way I interacted with people in real life. And like I don't know, I still sometimes can't believe I'm making videos that are on the internet about it, because I used to be so ashamed of it, and I know a lot of people deal with that feeling, that just ashamed. So I do understand that. I feel like it's easier to start talking about it when you know there's support out there. Like when I found all the Facebook groups and realized there's such an awesome community even on YouTube, and so many people that are going through this and sharing their experiences, or even the people that just watch the videos and are very encouraging to the people going through it. Like it's so amazing. Like you definitely want to take advantage of that. It's beneficial. It's therapeutic to me to be able to talk my feelings out, and you know, it's just not to be, you know, don't take that for, I don't know, it's more important than people might realize, you know, the support system, even just online, because in regular everyday life, I don't know a single person that has implants. Well, I know one lady that does, and she's very happy with hers, never had any issues. She's got mini implants also with the snap-ins, and they've gone really well for her. So